Got love for you watching them hips when you move it. God said your body a gift, you should use it. My ex-girlfriend, she really stupid, but your ex-boyfriend is a bitch. The nigga blue with something good about you. I can feel it in my soul. I love how you get down and I like the way you roll. We equally provide when we taking care of home. I appreciate you, baby. I'm just hoping that it shows. What's up?
I know I can't be without you. Even trying to be without you. I know I can't be without you. Without my baby, without my baby.
You everything to me, girl, I tell you all the time. Always had a thing for you since about 9. Remember you would come around and nigga always chase you. When we was only kids, in the future I would date you out of all the girls. You the only one who knew me. We got the kind of love you only see in the movie. Let me love you to the end, baby, things that never change. We already got married and I still feel the same. What's up?
I know I can't be without you. Even trying to be without you. I know I can't be without you. Without my baby, without my baby.
You like the way I kiss you, you like the way I touch. Every time we finish, girl, your body on hush. We run it in the ground like it's going out of business. We do it for the pleasure, but it's only with the missus. Can you handle it, baby, when I give it to you rough? But a freak like you, girl, you never get enough. To me, you everything in the world, that's real enough. Even if you wasn't my girl, would you give it up?
I know I can't be without you. Even trying to be without you. I know I can't be without you. Without my baby, without my baby. I know I got love for you, baby. I know I got love for you, baby. I know I can't be. I know I can't be without my baby.
Unusual thing, we have our connection is strong. Floss together, can't a hater tell us we wrong. Jealous get on, flee from the wifey and me. We bout to shit on the world and live trife as can be. We gon' shine, baby mama earth for my roots. Looking gorgeous as ever, been in love since our youth. Each other's boo, love it when you let me have my way with it. Throwing it back, we all night and all day with it. Damn, they overlay in it. Natural chemistry, our mixture is perfect. Like Coca-Cola hit with Hennessy. My pain's best remedy, lovable best friend to me. Just us and the most high, we something like the Trinity. You give me strength to forward on in this crazy world. Just the thought I'm holding on with my baby girl. I sit back and smoke a blunt or two, gaze in your eyes, tell you how much I'm in love with you. Love, my bugaboo, there'll never be another you. The unity between us is solid and indestructible. Bond is unbreakable. Sexing is sensational. The vision of your birth and my youngest is inspirational. Someone to cater to, love and fear the creator who shined on you. And got these jealous bitches hating you. Want to trade a place with you, geeking to have what you got. Angry that you really in love, and they ass is not. Continuity, humbleness over scrutiny. The best part about us is feelings we share mutually. Forever true to me, prettier than your beauty be. Without you by my side, there's no more this earth can do with me. Your silent loving ways drive a thug wild. Now come and give me some, let's make another love child. Down to her poo-poo, penetrate that passionate fruit and go cuckoo. Know how to do you, always coming when I pursue you. The love guru, when we at it, it's so crucial. Openly choose you, over the world, fuck them all. Shorty ain't a reason to mingle, when I know your love got me. It's incredible, mama told me say never, but I'm telling you, I'll never have you outside of my schedule. I want the best for you, some baked fish with steamed vegetables. Beach house chilling with your king laid up next to you. You get your blessings too, you deserve it. You've been forever true, exceptional, kind of woman. Yeah, I confess to you, we so connectable. Being apart is unacceptable. Most respect for you, only woman I show affection to. Know I recognize your love for me. I dedicated this song, our ghetto love story. Acknowledging your love for me. What we got is time another ghetto love story.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
You?
There you go.
What?
We'll start out in the night.
So you coming to me what?
You down the ride?
See, there you go. I'm not finna play with you.
Stay on
You feel me?
10. You know I like it how we stand on 10.
I throw it back until you do it again.
Say, la mama, let the games begin.
Hey, Big Daddy, we more like lovers than friends.
You know I like it how we stand on 10.
I throw it back until you do it again.
Say, la mama, let the games begin.
Hey, Big Daddy, we more like lovers than friends.
You know I'm just talking.
You just trying to be nasty.
But tell me why you laughing.
You be making me happy.
So what you mean?
What I mean?
Yeah, tell me what's the deal then.
Everything?
Everything.
You got me in my feelings.
Come with me, let me show you some. Feel like I owe you some. You deserve the world, you my girl. How you throw it, huh?
Young lady, take me, baby, make my dreams come true. You feel? Play out all my fantasies, it's you and me, me and you.
Street lights type of night, she just like to party. We just wanna smoke and ride, cruising doing 40. Down the Ave, on the slab, anywhere you wanna go. Any place you'd rather be, you with me. We reach slow, Florida, by that water, or maybe Georgia. We can do whatever you like, just let me spoil you. The way you throw it back, we more like lovers than friends. Let's let this thing begin, we stay on 10 right now. You know I like it how we stand on 10.
throw it back until you do it again.
Say, la mama, let the games begin.
Hey, Big Daddy, we more like lovers than friends.
You know I like it how we stand on 10.
I throw it back until you do it again.
Say, la mama, let the games begin.
Hey, Big Daddy, we more like lovers than friends. Welcome to the Love Palace. I am your host, the Goddess of Love, aka Aladdin's mother. At the Love Palace, the focus is all about making a better you. So come enjoy the conversation, move in love with each other, but most importantly, love and be true to yourself. Welcome. Mic check, mic check. Hope y'all can hear me. Hope everyone's having a lovely, lovely evening. Um, just gonna hop on here and do a little live. My people be putting pressure on me. No, just kidding. But how's everyone doing this evening? I hope everyone's having a great, great, great evening. No big O, there's no strippers here. Sorry. You gotta go to the other sectors for that. But anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? I wanted to get on here and I had to do a couple of promos for you guys. First of all, I want to let you know that BYOB will not be on this Saturday. We are taking a week off after our 3 months. So we will return on July 15th. So that should give everyone enough time to be able to get your bars, your raps, your singing, your comedy, everything together. So we'll be back July 15th and we will be, I believe, starting at 5 o'clock in the evening. No, yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. The reason why we're moving our time up earlier is because there will be a battle rap that Sir Drop and AP will be hosting 8 o'clock on July 15th. So we will be doing BYOB before that. And then we will be helping to host the battle. And that's July 15th again. The battle will be at 8 p.m. On AP's channel. It's going to be a pay-per-view event. So it costs $10. So get your little $10 ready so you can be there for the battle. Also, even though BYOB will not be performing or live this week, please go to DBD Radio. Got a special surprise this Friday for you guys on DBD Radio. That's with Dangerous Music. I'll drop the link later for you guys, or if somebody can drop the link for Dangerous, I appreciate it. DBD Radio, Friday, 7 p.m. No, I'm getting the times mixed up. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a great show. We're going on week 6, and he got some special things going on for you. Let me see. Did I get everybody? Tuesday, the Enemy's Public has started um, doing old school music on Tuesday. So reach out also to the Enemy's Public. I think that's at 7 or 8 every Tuesday as well. So make sure that you are joining them as well. Let me go ahead and give some shout outs to the chat. I appreciate everybody that is tuned in. I know on the East Coast it's a little late, but I'm on the West Coast, so it's still early here. The sun's still out. Thank you, Big Daffuli, for showing up. Always much love and respect to you. I appreciate everything that you do. Shout out to Looney. Peace and love to you, Looney. Thank you so much. Big O, peace and love. So Alma, my sister, I love you. Peace and love. You caught alive. You still up, so Alma? Oh wow, thank you. Nisha, if you're still in the building, thank you. And Miss Parker. Miss Park, this is Miss Parker. Miss Parker. If you guys have not tuned into her, please do so. She has some wonderful, wonderful topics. I appreciate all the insight that she gives, and she's really out there helping the community, and she's really about building and showing love, and it's a channel that I know most of the people that I resonate with enjoy and like as well. So make sure y'all sub up to everybody, Big Dog Philly, whoever got channels, go ahead and drop them in there because our community is all about growing a community. We have a community growing, and we want to just keep it growing with the positive energy. So make sure you guys drop your links, and so everybody can sub up to you. Peace to you, learning and building. Much love and respect to you as well. So I want to give those promo updates once again. Don't forget, BYOB will not be live this Saturday, but we will be July 15th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the topic that I wanted to discuss today is being independent. Does that mean that you do not need a mate? So I wanted, what prompted this thought was I was looking on YouTube and I seen a short video that I'm gonna show you guys, and then I was like, I wonder how people feel about that because I've heard that before that certain men or women feel like their independency can interfere with having a mate because you're too independent. I personally have heard this before, so it's sort of funny that this lady had brought this up as well. So let me share this real quick, and then I want to talk about it.
Or like say I get
Let me rewind it.
paid, what am I doing with it? You know what I mean? I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't really go out. The only thing I do is like eat at food places. I don't really buy myself anything because I'm not a big spender. I save a lot of my money. Um I don't know, y'all, but there's times where I'm just like, man, I just want to buy somebody something. Fuck. It's killing me. I don't understand how some women will scream from the top of their lungs, I want to be independent. I don't need a man. F all that. You guys could keep that type of mentality. Now, me, on the other hand, I'm going to turn up. I want a partner. I want to take care of somebody. I want to like love somebody. Like when I have all this money, sometimes you guys, or like say I get paid, what am I doing with it? You know what I mean? I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't really go out. The only thing I do is like eat at food places. I don't really buy myself anything because I'm not a big spender. I save a lot of my money. Um, I don't know, y'all, but there's times where I'm just like, man, I just want to buy somebody something. Fuck. It's killing me. I don't understand.
All right. So I'm just want to discuss this, and I do have open panel if you guys want to hop up, because I was really wondering, like, is this really like I had someone personally tell me one time um, that I was too independent, that I didn't need a man, that I'm okay and I'm good because I take care of myself, I pay my own bills and all this. But this is not by choice, people. This is it just happened to be that way. So it doesn't mean that I do not want to have a mate in life. Doesn't mean that at all. It means that I just can handle things when I gotta handle it. So my thing was, do people really think that being independent means that you don't need a mate? I just want to know what the YouTube streets think about that. Because I feel like that's like an unfair comment to say that you're too independent, that you don't need a man or a woman. Because I feel that you can work together. The 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 independency that I have is because that I have to take care of myself in order for things to happen. Doesn't mean that I don't want a mate, and doesn't mean that I can't be what they say submissive or uh, have them take the responsibility. That's far from that ideal. It just means that when things get rough, I know that I'm able to handle what I need to handle regardless. But I feel that we should complement each other and be able to, you know, work together. Why should independency mean that you have to be single? I don't feel that that means that you have to be single. I feel that it means that, you can handle things. You're an independent woman. I guess society makes it feel that way, especially with you hear the songs of "I'm independent, I don't need a man," and or so forth. And I just feel as a woman that's the wrong type of attitude we should have, especially towards our strong men. We definitely need them. Shoot, I ain't even gonna sit here in front with you guys. I'm never gonna say that I don't need a mate because that's not what I feel this Mother Nature wants us to be alone. I don't feel like that's what that's supposed to be, but I can hold it down. I'm never going to say that, but why should my independence depend on who wants to be with me or why make it seem like stereotype me as I don't need a man? And vice versa. Like, why should a man, when he's independent, they're single men? I have brothers and my son that are very independent and they do a lot of things on their own. Doesn't mean that they don't need that woman. I know that in particularly, like my son would say that he wants somebody to come home and have a meal cooked instead of having it have to do it himself and so forth. So why does independency make people feel intimidated? Why are men and women intimidated by independency when that's something that should be a compliment? I don't feel like it should be a downgrade for it. Hey, learning and building, what you saying down there? She doesn't need him, but he doesn't need her. To me, is what I want. Okay. Hi, among us are predators. How you doing today? Thank you for joining me. I just wanted to see what everybody thought about this subject. Big O said that she. That's how you feel, Big O. That's how you feeling right now. Okay. We definitely should compliment each other, learning and building. I mean, come on. I just feel that is such a stereotype that I get so irritated when I hear that, and especially those that know me personally. You should know, my situation. So it's like I still am very, very independent and I do things and you know, I drive, I go to the store, I do a whole bunch of things, but man, does not mean that I don't want the strength of a man or the companionship of a man or to be able like for example, like, I got a headlight out right now. Imma go out there and fix it because that's I looked up on YouTube how to do it, but man, it would be nice to have a man here to do that. I'm just saying, just, to be clear on that. So, hey, Dangerous, peace and love. Make sure you, drop your link in the chat. I just shouted you out for, that's Dangerous, everyone. If you wanna go to DBD Radio this Friday at 10 PM, make sure you join. I appreciate that. But yeah, so back to the discussion. Why does independency mean that you do not want to have a mate? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Like, why is that a issue? Like I said, I had someone say that to me, you're too independent that you don't need a man. I'm like, that is not, that is not what this means. That just means I can handle things and I could do things, but it doesn't mean that I do not want a mate. I definitely want that in my life. And just because I'm independent doesn't mean that I want to be alone. Independency just means that you can handle things when it's necessary and that you just do what you got to do. I feel like the two should work together. Like if I'm in a relationship and say, for example, I have a husband and he's working and something happens to him, he'll be able to know that I can hold it down. That's where I feel my independency makes a great impact. And likewise with the man, like say if vice versa, if I'm making the money and something happens to me, I know that my man's going to hold me down because I know that he's already been independent enough to do that. But I don't think it should be a stereotype to that where it says you don't qualify to have a mate or you're too independent. You're too strong of a woman. This is what I've heard. You too strong of a woman. You don't need a man. I'm like, that's not fair. That's definitely not fair. And that's definitely not true. So definitely just wanted to see what everybody's thoughts was on that. Like what does independency mean to you? Does it mean that you don't need a man? Does a mate, I should say, because I'm going to say both man and woman. What does that mean, to you guys? Anybody? Y'all tell me what y'all think in the chat about that. I just want to know because, like that, you seen that video I showed. I'm like her. That does not mean that I do not need a mate. That does not mean that at all. I hear you. Okay, we want what we want. We manifest randomly, but we need what we get, what we deserve. Okay, yeah, I believe that. But like, so Alma, when you're manifesting that. And then you get a comment of saying you're too independent, how do you handle that? Or have you experienced that? Just want to go. Okay, let me put this up for. There's a live tomorrow. He's doing a live. If y'all haven't sub to him, he's very good. He'll have you in some different thoughts though. I appreciate you. But yes, so when we're manifesting that, and that's what we are saying that we want. What how do you counteract when somebody says you're too independent? How do you respond to that? Like, I didn't even know it's like I was sort of like, "What? What? Too independent?" I've never heard this before. So you manifest ladies. You manifest this. How did you manifest this? It's intimidating when you care for yourself in some eyes. Yeah, not only intimidating, you know what I also found out? And not with me personally, but just I was talking to my cousins and other people. Have you guys ever experienced where your mate is jealous of you? I've never heard of this before. I haven't experienced that, but I've heard where there's actually where your mate's jealous of you because you do care for yourself or are a certain way as well. I've heard that was odd for me as well. Like, why? Or how can you be jealous of your mate when that's the person you chose? That's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't. I think that that's weird, and I don't know. Independency should not. I repeat. Mean that you do not want a mate. Hey, Brenda, what you doing up, Brenda? Thank you for showing up for me. We're talking about independency and why being independent intimidates people. I was told today that being an independent woman means that I do not need a man. Brenda, you know how we feel about that. Okay, dating is the word intimidating. I don't know. I don't believe that I don't think it should be intimidating though, so Imma, like, intimidating to me is dating, shoot, because you get answers and responses like this. I mean, I wasn't even, like, trying to even say nothing to this person. It was just like, it was, "You're independent. You're too independent. You don't need no man." What in the world are you talking about? Like, really? Really? Like, for real? Who said that? Why would I even start being out there and putting myself out there if I did not want to date? Like, I feel like that is, I don't know. That made me feel some type of way. Sure. Okay, let me see what you're saying, Brenda. We have to be independent or we would starve and be homeless. Right, Brenda. Yeah. If not, yeah, if we wasn't dependent, independent, you are so right about that. We would. So like, but it's intimidating. That's what they it's because it's like I was saying, even in with my health condition, the audacity for somebody to be like, you don't need no help or you don't need no man. Like, really? What in the world is going on here? Who said that? Like that is not what's going on here. Like, don't get it twisted. Yes, I got a job. Yes, I drive. Yes, I do this, but that I don't think that has anything to do with having a love or a relationship with the mate because just because I'm independent, does that intimidate you? That should not intimidate you. And also the fact that I've heard that people have jealousy within their own relationship. That is crazy. Like, I've never like, how are you gonna be jealous of your mate? Let's see, yeah, so this is just, something that was on my mind. What are we supposed to do while we're waiting for a mate? Live off the land. Right, Brenda? I hear you, Brenda. What are we supposed to do? And some of us been waiting, honey. You already know. We talk about this often. We've been waiting and waiting, trying to now just think if we didn't do anything, like you said, we'd be homeless or anything. Let's see. So some men think they can't match the way you take care of yourself. I don't know. I don't know. I need some of these men in the chat. What y'all think about this? Are y'all intimidated by um an independent woman? Are y'all intimidated by an independent woman? Hey, Don Play, thank you for showing up. Are y'all intimidated by let me hear some of the men. Put that in the chat. Are y'all intimidated by a independent woman, a woman that does know how to pay her bills, take care of things, hold the house down, whatever, she have to do? Are you intimidated by those things? What's your thoughts about that? I got all my women in here talking. I have no men saying anything. What you say, Brenda? Independent doesn't mean that we cannot submit. Exactly, Brenda. Exactly. It does not mean that. And I think that's the vibe I got. Like, I need you're too independent, so you won't submit to me. But to me, submission means something totally different. Like, I feel this is my view on submission while you brought that up. So I'm gonna talk to my man and actually ask him how he wants to handle things or how we want to do things. Because when I ask him, then he's telling me, and then I'm gonna do it. So to me, that means I'm submitting because you told me what you wanted. I asked you, you told me, I'm doing it, and that's submission to me. That's just my take on submission, but it has nothing to do with me being independent. Let's see. I still ain't got no, and no, these men don't want to speak up. Oh, okay, here we go, Looney. I love an independent woman, especially when all she needs to do is true love, caring, and respect. Okay, okay. So what about these people that don't? What are in the minds of the people that don't like independent people? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's that was weird to me. Like, I've never experienced something like that. Okay, not all. It's comforting that if something happens, you got us. Oh, here you go. Look at you. Pride and ego is a mofo. Facts. Facts. Are you saying that it's pride among us or predators? Is pride that make people say that you're too independent, we can't be together? Is that what it's saying? They're saying that they're too prideful to accept or an independent woman. And definitely, like Brenda has stated, submit that doesn't mean you can't submit. And I guess society puts that on like the independent woman, the songs that we hear makes it seem like we don't need a man or that we're okay. No, that's not reality, y'all. That is not reality to me in my world. Like, no, we were designed to have a mate. So I totally do disagree with that. The men tonight are making me proud. Me too, Brenda. They making me proud too. It's good to see that they're I'm telling you though, because I was thrown off like, what? I'm too independent. What the heck? Like, I didn't like that at all. So yes, definitely it just put something on my mind and I was like, is this how people think? Is this how it is out here? Where they don't like independent people? Because I would never tell someone that, that they're too independent, that I don't wanna be with them. Mm-mm. Or I'm not even and it wasn't even like being with them, this was just a conversation that I was having with a male. It was just conversation, and this person was like, "Well, I think the problem is that you're too independent." What the heck? Really? I'm too independent? And then I was like, "What do you mean like that?" He was like and then he stated, "It's because I know how to take care of myself and do the things that I need to do." And I'm like, "That's weird, dude. I don't that was weird." Learning and building. I'm not intimidated by independence whatsoever. If one's intimidated, he should be inclined to if one's intimidated, he should be inclined to step up. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Like, yes, if like I can't do something, can you step up and help each other? I think that's what the partnership is about, right? That's why you have partners. That's why you have roommates. That's why you have, people because you're working together. So I totally agree with that. I don't know, that was like I said, it was a weird, weird statement, and like I said, it was just a friend. We just chopping it up and talking about life, and then I went on, YouTube and seen that short, and the lady had said that as well, like, "That does not mean that we do not want a man. That does not mean that. We want a man even with the being independent." Absolutely. So I just, wanted to come on here and just chop it up a little bit. Plus my community, they expected me to dangerous. I'm live. I didn't went live. So I wanted to make sure, I did a live on this because this was on my mind and then also do my promos. Let's see. Alma said, I get told that a lot, yet it don't move me. I know my place. As long as we got each other's back in love and trust, that's all that matters. And if needed, I will submit 100. I know that's right. That's what I'm talking about. And so Alma, that's a good point because I don't believe in the 50-50 theory. I believe in the 100-100 theory. That's where I'm at with it. Like, forget that 50-50 crap. You give your 100% and I give my 100% and we just go rock and roll and do what we do. So I see I agree with that. It's just that why did the independence thing even bother? Like I said, this was just a friend and he was just like, "You're probably not gonna get anybody because 'cause you're too independent." And it's just like, "Whoa, where did that come from?" And then, like I said, just having conversation with people last night, I'm talking about how a mate can be jealous of one another, and it's like, wow, where did this come from? How is this even, possible? What's going on? I don't know. I don't think that being jealous of your mate. Why are you even with that person? Thank you, Brenda. Love you too, girl. So, I don't know. It's just something that was on my mind, and I wanted to just express it. I wasn't going to be on here too long unless it got into an in depth conversation, but it was just on my mind, and I just really wanted to see what people thought about this. They'd be scared to step up. Step in your power, King. She loves you and don't want you to worry. It's hard on the both of you. Yeah, I mean, in this world, who doesn't need the assistance or guidance of someone like in this world? Because things are so expensive and just life in general, and you just really want to resonate with somebody and build something with somebody. So totally, totally get it. But like I said, it was just like something that was on my mind, and I wanted to see if was I tripping or is this okay, or because it was that they just threw me off. I'm like, okay, independency makes me look like I don't want to have a mate. So am I supposed to downgrade myself? I think not. Nope, that's not going to happen. Exactly. No, no, that ain't gonna happen for sure. So I was just like curious of what everybody was thinking. Let's see. Oh, okay. You said I got you. Peace and love, Kenneth Powell. Thank you for coming. I'm not tripping, dangerous. Oh, girl, dangerous. This and like I said, this was just my homeboy. He had me like in my thoughts for like a whole 2 hours. Like, what the heck is going on? And then, like I said, y'all know me, like y'all know my situation. Like, what the heck? How can I be too independent? Yeah, it had me tripping. So I just wanted to make sure I was like, is this some new 2023 things that's going on? Because definitely I know the mindset of the world out there. I already know, like all these new rap songs and songs talk about they don't need no man and all this. I'm like, that is not the case over here. Yeah, y'all got me messed up. So I just was wanted to see if if this was the case and this was on my mind. Like I said, it would bother me for like 2 hours. I was like, what the heck? And then he couldn't really. He just was like, it's because you do everything, so no man's gonna want to be able to be like, oh, she got it going on, so she don't need my help or anything. I'm like, nah, this ain't the Beyonce song, Independent Destiny Child. No, no, no. We ain't, that ain't how I'm rolling. No, no, no. Emotional, all support. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to, come up here, like I said, and just do like a live and say what was on my mind because it was bothering me. And since I have a platform to do that, I wanted to just see what the consensus over the people that I resonate with and make sure I wasn't tripping as well. Let's see. Big Mama knew how to put the man to work in a relationship. Nowadays, women are scared to let a man know. Yeah, okay. So, okay, I can see that balanced truth. I can definitely see that because we'll be like, I got it. When it should be, we should build. And so I totally agree with that, especially in our community as women. I say this all the time, make sure you're building up your kings and letting them know that they are worthy and needed because we lying to ourselves if we say we don't need that. So I get that totally. Yep. That was a balanced truth. I agree with that. So I think that's where we as women, and that's the message I want to give out to women, is that we need to make sure that we are upbuilding our men instead of putting them down. This means like even in little things like the way we communicate, like even in the communication part. I feel that we don't have to. A lot of women like to fuss at their men, and how the way we talk and how our tone is makes a big difference in the responses that we're going to get. If we are responding in an abrupt way and then we get mad because they respond back the same way, well, we talking to them that way. So why you expect them not to talk to you that way? And I know that like my thinking as a woman is a little bit different because I have a lot of brothers and be around a lot of males. So I do think different on that, but I also talk and treat them a certain way as well. So to show that I do respect them. I know that's right, Brenda. Especially the chocolate ones. I hear you, girl. I know that's right. What? Oh, I'm sorry, learning and building. I'm some of y'all just cheat nowadays. Yeah, but that's like, why is that even? That makes you cheat because you're independent, or are you just saying they just cheat nowadays for just for GP? Is that what you're saying, learning and building? You know, so oh Brenda, they said they love us more. I know that's right. Hey Dre Cobbs, thank you for coming. I'm just up here talking about independency and relationships and why should it affect if you want to be in a relationship if you're independent. Oh, Brenda, you see your message there. You got your message. Big O's giving you a message. But yeah, definitely just something that was on my mind. Like I just wanted to see what my YouTube family and community thought about that and just wanted to know like what is going on? Am I missing something? Is this the 2023 way? Independency, it means that you do not want a man. So I'm supposed to just be like, now, see, because to me, that was like a catch 22 because a lot of men be calling us gold diggers. So it's like, okay, I don't want to be a gold digger, but I ain't messing with no broke. No, just kidding. But I'm like, so what is it? Do you want me to take care of myself and be independent and know how to take care of it? Or or do you want these gold digging females or males? Like, what's up with that? Like, so that's all. It's like a catch 22. Uh-oh, Brenda, you got a proposal going on? What you got going on, Brenda? Yeah, so it was like I know that the way the world is set up now is like I need a man to have money and have this and that, which is okay. Like I agree. Have your money, you know, but you don't have to take care of me in that sense where I'm just not doing anything. I mean, no, that ain't how it works. Like, I know I was listening to one live before, and one of the girls said on the first date that she wants to go to like a top 5-star restaurant. I'm like, wait a minute now. You don't even know this person. Like, I know I'm a little older, you could take me out for a cup of coffee first. Let me get to know you. We don't even gotta do all that extra. Cause I mean, no, I mean, and I don't blame the men that expect more. Like if you take somebody out to a 5-star restaurant, you definitely gonna be wanting something. I mean, I spend all this money on you and you just gonna say goodbye? No, no. So I get it, but the mentality of women nowadays is you better have this money or I'm not even going to go on a first date with you for real. Like I had a young lady tell my son, are you going to pay for my nails and feet to get done? And I'm like, what girl, do we like that's how we start a date? Like for real? You got to pay for my nails and feet to get done? No, no, ma'am. That's not how it's going down. But definitely, there's a lot of gold digging out there and women that just are looking for the money. But my thing, so the type of independent woman that I am is yes, I can hold it down. I can hold it down if I need to hold it down. Hey, but I'd rather be at home cooking and cleaning and then making sure you good. I mean, hey, that's what I'm about. But we can have that income together if we got to do that as well. But man, the fact to have someone that can hold it down, shoot, I love to stay. I know, Brenda, we didn't talked about this plenty of times. We rather stay at home, cook, clean, and then when it's time to do what we got to do, we there. Bingo, you got action. But I don't know. It seems like the rest of us don't want that. Uh-oh, we got some marriages going down in there. 5-star. I know, Brenda. Do you remember? I think it might have been on your panel, but I didn't want to say if it was, but I think it was. But um, I know it was one of them. one of those that was out there that was like a 5-star restaurant. They want to go out to a 5-star restaurant on the first date. That's ridiculous. Like I said, you don't even have to take me out for a meal like that, like a cup of coffee, Starbucks or something to do good. Just we just getting to know each other, you know. I wouldn't expect for if the rules would change for to go to a 5-star restaurant on a first date. Because what does that mean? I would have left her where she stood. I don't know, Dre. I don't know. The goddess of love had an issue today. I don't know. When I was told I was too independent and didn't need a man, I was like, what in the world is going on here? The lies. That was the lies. Those expectations are over the top. They are over the top, Brenda, but like I said, I had a young lady ask my son to get her nails and feet done. And I'm like, we don't know you like that in my Miss Renee's voice. We don't know you like that. Like you got us mixed up over here. We ain't gonna be doing no extra stuff and don't even know you just to get to know you. Are you serious? Peace and love, Blended Healing. You still up too, Blended Healing? Y'all rocking tonight. Peace and love. But yeah, so I just want to say, to the men and women out there, independency, and I'm speaking on my behalf as well, does not mean that I do not want a mate. That is far from that. Far, far, far from not wanting a mate. My independency is what I'm doing, what I have to do to be on this earth and live. But that does not mean that I do not want a mate, that I do not uh, want to submit. None of that. None of that is what I uh, want it to mean. Like independency. So I don't, I'm really gonna try to find another word too instead of independency because it might be just the word as well that's going on. Yeah, and make sure y'all do with this person. Y'all sub up to everybody. That's how we grow community. That blended healing, she in chat. Y'all better, man. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. Go find out for yourself. I did my assignment today too, blended, and man, she be having me in tears and laughing at the same time. So she's really good. I appreciate her. Kels, what's up? My cousin's in the building, y'all. Peace and love, my family. That's my that's my cousin. You should hit the panel. I need you to come up here and come talk with me. Brenda, you could have came up here too. But I know it'd be late for y'all. And I know I seen you on Miss Renee's today. Y'all had me cracking up, boy. Brenda's a good if you're looking for a good YouTube lawyer, um, Brenda with the shits would be happy to represent you. She gets all the needed information. She did get a victory today. So good job, Brenda. I'm telling you, Miss Renee be having some really, really nice things going on over there as well. Yeah. Thank you, Blended Healing. I appreciate you. But yeah, definitely that just was something that I was like, I don't resonate with this person is telling me too independent that I don't need a mate. Are you crazy? You kidding me? That no, no, no. That's not how I roll. So, I'm putting it out there in the universe. That does not mean that yes, I can hold it down. Yes, I got me a job. Yes, I got a car and I do all that. But that definitely does not mean that I do not want to mate. And that is not, mm-mm. I think the most beautiful thing on earth is when two people can show love to each other despite it all. Because, marriage and a relationship is work. And the work that you need. Hold on, I see my friend. Hold on, my friend's in the building. Brenda.
D, D, I'm so doggone proud of you.
Are you, Brenda? Thank you.
I am very, very proud of you. And when I come in, this content, like this, we live for this. See?
Hmm. That's why I was like, you already know half of this stuff you didn't talked about, we didn't laughed about, and we trying to figure out what in the world is going on. When I got told that today, Brenda, I was like, what in the world? No, I'm offended. I'm appalled.
See, and you know what? And I'm glad so many men spoke up in the chat. So salute to you, black men. Okay, and again, especially your chocolate ones. Anyway, I digress. So listen,
With your
um,
proposal down
I
there.
yeah, I know. They goes taking me to the Waffle House, y'all. Listen, that feels he's a mess. That's to me, and like a show of his insecurities, and the men can speak out because like I can't speak for men, but that's what it feels like to me. Like maybe he felt intimidated by what you're doing. Because my thing is, right, being independent, we spoke on this, right, means that I secure myself to be able to take care of me until I find the right man. Because if I don't, and if I'm in a place where I can't take care of myself open to just really taking the first thing that comes to me.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Hmm. Hey,
you're
Tiara.
not
Peace and love.
choosing. Hey, KJ family. Like, I just feel like you're choosing. I feel like we choose wrong. Like, we choose more out of, oh, how am I going to take care of myself? So now you're dependent on this particular person. It might not be the person that you actually want because, finance from a financial perspective. And then men are out here saying, well, they don't want a woman who only wants them for their money. Well, if the woman isn't independent, then she is going to want you for your money. So what are we
Exactly.
talking about? Yeah.
That's why I was like, it's like a
Oh,
catch 22. You know what I'm like? Okay, you don't want me to want
yeah.
you for your money, but then when I have my own, what like that's
Right.
intimidating too? Like, come on now. Let
Right.
me know what's going on here.
And also, I don't want to feel like, and I felt like this, right? I have to dumb myself down, right? Dumb my life down, and not really like be who I am, or not tell the man about what's going on in my day because I feel like the money that I make or how I take care of myself intimidates him. That's weird
Mm,
energy to me. Like, how do you
mhm.
navigate a relationship like that? Because I don't leave with money. Hey, KJA.
That's my lovely, beautiful cousin. Meet my lovely, beautiful friend Brenda.
Peace and love, everyone. Peace and love. Brenda, I concur with you, D. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, Kay Kelly, you don't know that Brenda, you gotta go over there. We be cutting up over there too, man. We gonna do the island and the
Show.
love palace. The island and the love palace unites. They gonna be
I
mad
love
about
it.
that.
Let's do it.
I
'Cause-
definitely will. I'm new to these YouTube streets,
Yeah.
so hey.
I didn't brought her
Mhm.
into the YouTube streets, but I'm bringing her to this part. I told her like I said
Mhm.
I'll be in the bushes for the for the I said
For the ratchet.
I said, yeah, but Brenda, I be seeing you in the chat. I said, look at Brenda, she just ain't got no
I
shame.
sure
I said,
do. I don't. Ain't I a
so
messy? Sometimes I be
I
a
just crack up.
mess.
I
But
just laugh at you.
you just can't do it on the island though. But I can do it on do it over here. You can't bring that to the island. 'Cause we ain't doing that. So yeah.
Yeah. But Kelly, what you think about I had a friend tell me that today that I'm too independent, so I don't need a man. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
She because you know how I feel about yeah, go ahead.
okay, I'm laughing because I'm trying to gain new perspective and trying to understand where people come from. And the only thing that I could say about that is what I do understand is people are not used to having maybe a mate that is independent. And I don't think that independent is a bad word to use or a negative term to say that we are, because at the end of the day we are independent. We come in this world by ourselves and we will leave by ourselves. So at some level you have to kind of have even the basics. What I think is crazy is I think that some people think just having the basics, having a house, having a job, having a home means you're too independent because you're not dependent on someone. And so maybe somebody may think that you're too independent because they may not have been able to depend on someone. So maybe it's a perspective that someone does not really know what independence truly is. I think it's wild that
Right.
they would say that. And I think I would ask more questions to figure out why a person may think or feel that you're independent.
Well, it was
Mhm.
basic. So I did ask questions, and then it was like the answers was because you you work, you have your own car, you have, and I'm like, "Eh, what am I supposed to do? Like,
Well, and that's why I said like that's basics of just normal living for everyone, I think. I mean, I understand that there are people that may not have those things, and it doesn't mean that they're not independent, but I think that that's just the basics of life, is being able to have a car, a job, a roof over your head. I don't care by, I mean, whatever means you get it by, I mean, that's up to the person, but I think that that's just basics for living.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's why,
But
that
but
when y'all
then
go ahead, Brenda.
then I have this question though, and this might seem super. Well, it's not superficial. This are you saying then if I'm independent, that the only thing that you're looking at or to bring me, for me to be dependent on you is for money? Because I say that to say, because I was listening to Farrakhan, a speech that he gave a long time ago, and I didn't know this history about Elijah Muhammad. So apparently, Elijah Muhammad's wife was like almost 20 years older than him. I didn't know this. I just found this out,
Mm,
right? And so initially, he was like, "What do I have to offer this woman?" But he elevates her life based on the knowledge, the information, and the resources that he had. What he didn't have in money at the time, he gave her a wealth of things in other areas. So I guess I question if men are only looking at what he has to give to a woman financially, and are you just intimidated by that? Because I feel like there are some men, and I don't trust a lot of men to talk to me because I'm just not. A lot of men can't tell me anything. You have to have proven me that you could that I can trust you to speak into my life. And a
mhm.
man being able to give that to a woman, honey, money, you can't equate that to money. A man who can speak into your life, a man who you can trust, a man who can lead you, just a man who can give you sound instruction. Like that hands, how many women can say they have men in their life now that can bring that? So if you're just looking at financially what I got going on, then I'm questioning that.
And
And
I agree
so
with
do
you,
you
Brenda.
guys think that because of the society or the way things are, do you think that makes a difference of it now? Like, I think that has a lot to do with it. What do you guys think? Like the way they portray how we should be. So what do you guys feel about that?
Now that I will say, I think that society
Hey,
has a
Aladdin.
big role to play in in that type of situation. I think that one thing that we do a lot is compare, and I think that's probably the worst enemy that we can do is compare ourselves to one another or to someone's situation. It can also be detrimental when you look at what someone else is doing in their life, because what they're doing could work for them but may not work for you. And so if you're basing what someone else is doing for someone or how somebody's cared for, or whatever, I think that you're setting yourself up for a great fall. I think that you should create life the way that you want it to be, but I think societal standards at nowadays kind of really plays a big role in how people look at each other.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
I agree.
go ahead, Brenda.
No,
You
no,
do. Okay.
I agree so much with KJ because I think that how your dynamic of your relationship doesn't have to look like anybody else's.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And I just, because it's just that's what I want these young men and women to know. Like what you seeing and hearing on TV, man, that is not how this is. Like, you know, and even like with celebrities, I'll be looking at some of them like, okay, they're with that person. Like, it could throw you off too. It's sort of like
Hmm.
weird, but it's not my, like you said, it's not my choice or it's not my place to say, but when I listen to, I just happened to just go through, I think I was listening to YouTube and it went to like Cardi. No, I was at my cousin's yesterday. That's what it was. And they were playing like Cardi B and Megan Stallion. And I'm listening to the words of all these songs. And I'm like, this is how they feel about men. Now, some of the parts, I'm good with, but then I'm like,
Okay, D.
they, but
I
then the
be have
part,
my ratchet moments
no,
too. So
I
like,
mean, I get like, hey,
Girl.
yeah, I want that too. But then they'll turn around in the same song and be like, but I don't need you. And you be like, wait a minute.
wait.
Right. For a moment.
So I'm like, is this what we're teaching our youths out here to just, okay, I need you for this, but I don't need you for that. No, I mean, and I'm not trying to be like say anything, but I really want you for the latter things, like for the companionship and the let's go do things, and I think that is more important than everything. To me, having a deep conversation, and I say this all the time, and Brenda, I've heard you say it too, and I know you feel the same way, Kelly. When you have them deep conversations and it
Hmm.
just makes your heart feel some type of way, that's like all it takes, honey.
Really, it is.
It
Yeah.
is.
Hey,
Like,
And
'cause
yellow
when
child.
you feel like
Yeah.
somebody, when you feel like somebody sees you,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
like there's nothing like it. Like somebody really sees you. Like they're listening and hearing what you're saying, and then that plays out in the way that they treat you. You know, you can tell when somebody's listening.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Absolutely, because they'll like you can mention something to somebody that you care about and you didn't think they even paid attention. And they'd be like, "Oh, I
Hmm.
remember you said this." And you'd be like, "What? Oh, okay."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, "Whoop,
Hmm.
whoop."
Right? Don't you love that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
amazing. Like you were really listening to me because that showed that you were really paying attention because if
Absolutely.
not, then what are we even talking about if you're not paying attention? The
Mm.
communication thing is like I'm so big on communication. Like I even said that I feel that we as women in 2023 need to learn how to communicate to our men. We don't always have to
Hmm.
be like rah rah rah. Like I don't know. I get irritated with that too. Like I it's so funny because I do have a lot of male friends, and I really do think like them because I'm like, why is she screaming and hollering? Like I understand when they be like, shut up. Like I want to tell her to shut up.
And
But
you
I'm serious. You
hold
up
on.
here, you hollering and screaming.
You know what? And you know what? And to your point, the one thing that I think that we should get away from, because I'm one of those people, if it don't apply, let it fly. Because one thing that I'm finding, even just looking through social media and looking at certain things, everybody is looking at people's podcasts and trying to get relationship advice from almost everywhere. And the one thing that I notice is we put a lot of energy into talking about the things that we don't want and the things that don't fit us
Come
versus
on, Casey.
life into the things that we do want and what we want to see. Because if we take all the focus off of, well, she's a pick me and he got to be a baller and he got to be this, if we take lights off of all of that and just pour into ourselves first, and then let the mate or the person come to us, and however you would do, because one thing that I do know, people out here capping, because once you get the person
Mhm.
that you with, you gonna take care of them, you gonna do your dang best to make sure that they got everything that they need. So it kind of is crazy that we see this back and forth of people saying, well, I'm not going to do this for this woman and I'm not going to do this for this man. But are we just talking about just any man or any woman? Or are we talking about your woman and your man? It's just a lot
Mm.
that's
Right.
going on that people are forgetting that, first of all, an opinion is like an asshole. Everybody got one, and that shit probably stink anyway. So apply it.
Go ahead.
Hmm.
Apply it to what you want to apply it to, because once you get the person that's for you, you are going to go the extra mile. You are going to do those things to check on that person. You are going to do things to make sure that person is in line if it's your person. But if we spending all this
Hmm.
energy into what ain't for me and I'm not doing this for this person and going out on this dates, if you broke, just say that, in the mental and in the pockets. Because at the end of the day,
Right.
at
I'm gonna
the
say, but I was gonna say there's a lot of capping about money that some of these men don't have.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break.
but the women too, because here's the thing, at the end,
Yeah.
you can't be spending money on your hair and nails and you sleeping with your mattress on the floor. So on
I
both
know that's
ends, on both ends, I think people need to get their stuff right. Like, literally work on you. When you working on you, the universe is going to bring what you need. But when you're too busy, we're being sidetracked right now. For one, is causing division, which is exactly what it's supposed to do, because we're talking about
right.
that don't even matter. We're not even really looking for people to help us on our healing journeys. If that's what we're doing, we're not looking into people that's pouring into us. We're just looking at what's the benefit. But then it begs the question is, what are you doing for yourself to even get a benefit?
Hmm. You know, that's my
So I
motto
stay
over here at
away.
the Love Palace. It's all about
Yeah.
self-love. You know, I'm a self-love person because
So
it wouldn't have
Mhm.
made it.
yeah, so I stay away from trying to judge a man or even calling that into my life by saying, well, this man ain't this. Well, first of all, I'm not even looking for that man. So why even want to talk about it? Because that's not what I'm
Right.
looking for. So me putting my energy into what man got this and what, because that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone that can lead and guide me, because I will tell and I know that we get this all the time. That we are too independent until people sit down with us and they start
Mhm.
talking to us and they be like, oh shoot, you ain't nothing like what I thought. It was
Thank you.
because you didn't sit down and get to know me, or you didn't sit down and
Right.
talk to me and see where I was coming from. Then you find out that I absolutely need a man. But what I need him for is to lead and guide me. Because I'm going to be
Mhm.
submissive either way, but you got to be able to guide me. You got to be able to pour into me. It's not all about the money. The wealth is in the mindset and how you lead a person and how you lead yourself. See, I think that we get away from not looking at how a person truly is. And I can say this for myself, that I've passed a whole lot of red flags up in some of my relationships where I was like, oh, hold on, well, this
Mhm.
person ain't really pouring into themselves until after I've gotten out the relationship. And I'm able to now take a look back and say, oh, well, shoot, well, if I would have noticed that this person wasn't doing this and this and this for themselves, how could they be there for me? Or how could they be in that way for me? So I think that the term independent is misused, because everybody should be independent.
Right. That was my thought as well. Like, you should be independent too. Like, why does that mean that I don't want a man because I'm independent like that? No, that does not mean that. I also think too, like us, especially women, some we look at a man like they could have a past. So there's men that may have a past. They may have, been incarcerated or been in trouble, or you know what I'm saying? And we shouldn't down them for that because it's okay. You know what I mean? If they're changing their life and going in a different direction, we need to let that man know that, hey, it's good that you changing your life and you're doing this and that. But a lot of women, like if they hear somebody like, especially like went to jail or something, they'll be like, oh no, you know, turning their nose up. But you don't know, you grow up, people grow up. We're supposed to build these men up and, make them
Right.
know that hey, we need you. I'm like you, like the lies they tell us saying we don't need nobody. I'll be like, no, that is not me. And I think
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
us as women need to really like be like, no, we need you. What's going on? Like I'm telling y'all, I'll be tired. I'm like, I need like I said, I gotta read a YouTube. My sons and stuff are all out there. And I did change Kelly. I didn't change my whole back light, Brenda. I didn't change because I went on YouTube and seen how to do it. Because I'm like,
Let's
oh
go.
my God.
That's what I.
And then I'm thinking to myself, this is a perfect example. I'm not independent with this. Like I'm not having an attitude when I'm doing it. Like I could use me a man right now. You know what I'm saying? So like I just feel like I said, we have to really uplift because everybody has a past. And even with the men, like
Absolutely.
they need to realize like we might have a past. We're definitely not perfect. So, but if we're not living in that life anymore and we made the necessary changes and we're looking for that love and relationship, don't hold that against me. Because first of all, we don't even have to tell you.
Yeah.
You real to be honest,
Yeah.
you know. So I think that's part of it as well. But the whole independent I just was like, so like what in the world is going on here? And like I said, it wasn't even somebody I was trying to date. It was one of my guy friends that we're just cool with. And he was like, because we're just talking about relationships and things. And he was like, well, maybe it's because you too independent. I almost dropped the phone. I was like, you got to be kidding. What
But
does that mean?
But what would he like you to do though, instead of being independent? Like, because I would love to know, and if you speak to him again, like, what does he think your cure for independence is? Like,
Good
be in
question,
a
Brenda.
homeless shelter, or because I mean, like, what's the alternative?
Good question, Brenda. That's a good one right there.
I know, because when I asked, I was
He's
like, "Wait a minute!" Like,
confused.
yeah, that's how I was like, "I'm confused." But he was like, "Some men could look." This is what he said. Some men can look at me and be like, "Oh no, I ain't even gonna try to holler at her or nothing. She got it together. Like she
So
looked like
you
she don't."
already ain't chose because you ain't confident. I'm sorry. So then you
But
got a
it was
confidence issue. I got an independence.
Right.
You got a confidence issue. Now I can't even mess with you because you should be. How can I even trust you to lead me if you don't even have the confidence to step up to me because you think I'm independent?
facts. No, that's true.
Right.
That's
Because
true. I
here's a good example. Okay, so let's say like we're in a car and for some reason I pick him up from work, right? And we're going out and I stop for gas. We're this is how now we start me becoming me, you taking some of my independence away from me by taking on the role of a leader. But when we pull up to the gas station, you get out and you pump the gas. Well, in New York, we got pump our own gas. You get out and you pump the gas because now I have someone here. Otherwise, I'd be pumping my own. Make it make
Mhm.
sense, right? As I see now that I can trust somebody to take on that role in my life, then I don't have to feel like I have to be independent. Or otherwise, will you just sit there in New York City in front of the gas pump and be like, boy, sure wish this gas would pump it some like what are we
Right. Like back
how
in the day, we pull up and the serviceman was out
Oh
there.
man.
Here's the thing to what you're saying right now, Brenda. The men used to stand outside and pump everybody gas back in the day.
Yeah.
Like you
oh
would
wow.
roll up and they be like, okay, what type of gas you want, unleaded or whatever, and they literally would pump your gas. So how did we get so far away from that? Like just doing for one another. Like it goes both ways. Doing for one another help you want an independent person because I think independent. When I see a person that's independent, I can trust them because if I know that you can get it on your own, I know I'm
Mhm.
gonna be a value add to you as well as you be a value add to me. But if you turn into me all the time saying what we gonna do, how we gonna do this, well, bro, I'm gonna just drive off.
Right, boy.
I'm at a place in my life right. You know how we be.
Oh,
Because right now, I think we've done a lot of work on ourselves where I'm open. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna look at uh, your past, but what I will do is look into your future. I will look and see where your mindset is. I will look and see what direction that you're headed into. I will look and see how you care for yourself. Because, D, I think we talked about this the other day, where the question you ask is, do you love yourself? That's the first question that you
Mm-hmm.
ask to a man that you're talking to. Do you love themselves? And you remember I told you I asked to do that, and he said, what you mean? Block. That's what I mean. Block. Big
Not
red circle
block.
with the X through it.
KJ is pulling off from the stations and blocking.
because because
Yeah,
it's
what
like,
kind of what kind of response even is that? Like what?
but that's
Brenda,
but that's
try it and see what I'm telling you. You, Brenda, try it because I've done that to several, and like some have flying colors, and some be like, "What?" And I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh man!" Like it just
Yeah, I have
automatically.
to try that now. 'Cause
But anymore, it's like
I feel like now I'm scared to see somebody's response. Mhm.
but it's like let a person talk and they'll tell you exactly where they are. Just give them the room to
Yes.
talk anymore. And to the person that said to you, D, you're too independent. It's like, okay, well, first of all, why don't you build up your social skills? And get out here and talk to people and meet people and see where they're really at. And you'll find out there's a whole lot of women out here that need a man.
Right.
You'll find
Mm-hmm.
out there are some women
Right.
that just been too hurt to where they're like, fuck that, men have done me wrong so much, and that they're looking for the right. You might one day walk up on your mate because you're like, okay, even though she's hollering she don't want a man, you never know what this woman has been through, and vice versa. A man that be like, shit, I'm tired of these women, but you get to know them and you have a conversation with them and you're like, wait a minute, now I understand why you say that. Like, where is the understanding that comes with having conversation? Because I'm telling you, I'm intrigued when I get a man on the phone and we could just have conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably, I'm a
Don't you
side
love it?
bisexual. I can literally be turned on by a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
I'm not,
go.
I know
Yes.
not with the games, but I understand how to read a person when they're talking and when they really genuinely mean it. And I'm looking because your life is also going to line up with what you say.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Mm-hmm.
sweet that you got all these sweet words, because I know some men that could sell water to the ocean, you know. It's
Honey.
kind of, I'm talking to you and I'm seeing where you're going, and if it flows, and I'm like, okay, I want to get to know you. You'll be surprised where you think people out here that have been in prison for 20 years, and you like, oh, this and then you get to talking to them, you find out why they've been in prison, and you seen that they like, I learned my lesson. Then you see this man couple years opening up businesses, feeding the
Mm-hmm.
community. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
It's
Mm-hmm.
like, build your social skills up and get out there in the world and start talking to people and finding people, and stop being all on this social media looking at people that freaking got green screens in the background acting like they on jet skis and freaking holding freaking toilet bowl covers up to the TV acting like they on a freaking flight. Like, come on, like,
You're absolutely right.
I'm not being funny, but like, come away from that type of stuff and build the life that you want instead of looking at somebody else's, because it doesn't work that way.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
scary. That's almost the same thing I say on my channel, KJ.
Mm-hmm. That's why I see. We think
I'm
alike,
gonna
Brenda.
come
You
visit
already.
you, Brenda. I'm
Oh
now in
man.
these YouTube streets. I'm gonna come visit you, Brenda.
Yeah, the island is very fun. You never know what's gonna happen, as she always says.
I sure do. You sure don't. Lord have mercy.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just I just wanted to be like, hey, am I tripping? And then like Brenda, if we ever meet and you see me, you're gonna be like, this person was really tripping. That's all I'm like, because it's not as
Oh,
easy to
we.
do things the way I do, but I do. I mean, I am independent still. Like I still and like Kelly had to really make me the other day we were talking and she was like the reason why people don't really look at my situation because I don't act like I need help. I do a lot of things. I'm not even gonna lie. I do almost everything. I might just be a little slower. That's all, but I still do. And so that's why I was.
Now,
What's
oh,
up?
no, go ahead, D, and I'll say it.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say the other day because I was gonna ask you too if you would be willing to do this. Your weight was the other day, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I don't. I thought that was on your page before,
Hmm.
but I never saw that. I was so. I admired you so much for that. Like that is so much strength and work that you did in such a short amount of time. I really was over there just staring at that. Like that is really something like
Yeah.
that you really took charge of your life and your health and you did that. And people don't know how much like eating, like good eating habits are related to. And I was like, you need to share some of your tips with us on what
Oh
you
yeah,
do.
absolutely. I want to do a bill with, of course, Big Philly OG, because you know he's the smoothie king, and then
Oh
my
yes.
and then a lot of people don't know that my son has like a whole book that he did. It's not a
Huh?
long, yeah. I have to drop the, yeah, he had a book. It's oh look, I can't remember the name right now. That's so sad because I was, oh, how from raw hot dogs to vegan or something like that. Put it in the chat if you remember.
Lord.
No, but he does the whole journey. So he has a book. He's the reason why. And what you don't know is Kelly down there was on the journey with me too. Like she has to tell her part. Like, yeah, we sort of did it. Like I did it, and then she looked at me and she was like, "Hold on." So we did it like a little family. It's like a family thing that we try to do and keep each other accountable.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
Mhm.
yeah, I love that. Yeah, I said when I saw you again, I was gonna tell you about that because I was so impressed. I looked up at this, I was like, "What the? This is really good."
Yeah, so I don't have no problem with, I'm not one of them secretive persons. I will tell you like what the journey was and how it is and who it was. It was a journey and it still continues to be because I have to stay focused, but I just want to be on my health. And when you have an illness, you have to really try to
Mhm.
figure out. And then, like I said, Kelly, one day, like I'll have her on here so she could tell her story as well. Like we had some very traumatizing things that happened in our life with our health
Mhm.
that we had to change our whole life.
Yeah.
And we
But
just,
but y'all did the work though. That's what's impressive because a lot of people don't want to do the work.
But we independent though.
that's what I was just about to say. Get out my mouth. I was just about to say that because we independent.
But we independent though. This
Let's go.
independence can help you eat and live right. Shoot.
Let's right.
Shout
See?
out to King of Higher Self, because I
Right.
mean the thing about it is like I don't want to get away from the word independent, because I mean dang, I think that that speaks to all of us when you say that. I don't think that I can meet be with somebody that's codependent, where you're solely
Mhm.
dependent on me for your health, for your wealth, for everything else, and it's like you could drop the ball whenever you want to, but I got to stay 100%. The thing about an independent person is I look at it as you 100% and I'm 100%. There ain't no 50
Mhm.
50. So if you drop below your 100%, I still got it and you still got it. But if we
Mhm.
go 50 50 and I drop below 50, we gonna sink.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
ain't no 50-50. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I totally agree with that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just the like I said, it's I was like, people really think like that. Like, and I question so many things now because we should question everything anyway. But it's just weird. Like, I'm like, we need to, I'd be like, nah, we need to change this up now. This ain't how it's supposed to be. And then that's why I was like, do men really think that way? And then I'm like, do women think that way about men? They're too independent. I mean, I I I don't think I would ever say that you too independent to a man, but there's probably
No.
some women out there that say that. I mean, you're too independent. You
Men
won't
are
need me.
expected to be men are expected to be independent, right?
Hmm.
But women, I mean, they think that we're supposed to stay and until they come and find us. Like, what? Nobody's doing that.
Right, right, right. It's just, yeah, the whole thing. Just like I said, I was like, this is weird. Let me go talk about this. And then, like I said, I went and seen the short, and the girl was like, I don't care what y'all say. I need a man. I was like, thank you. Yes.
Right, right. I know. Listen,
Absolutely.
I know I need one, and it ain't just for no. It ain't for no financial purposes either. Like financial is just like the cherry on top of the ice cream. But
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
come on, like I need you to let's build a home. Let's build some things
Yeah.
together because
Right.
my independence is gonna secure you as well as your independence securing me. Like that's what it should be about.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, like what are we gonna build together? How are we gonna let our independence be one?
Mm-hmm.
And
But
that's like
Yeah.
with the self-love thing, that's why I'm so animate about it because there's times in any relationship, but especially when you're in a relationship with someone that you're going to have your down moments, right? That
mhm,
person's going to have their down moments. And you're going to have to focus on what needs to be focused on. So they're going to have to find that love within themselves to help build them up as well. Yeah, I'm there for you. But since you are down and you might not be able to think or handle things, I'm going to go ahead and handle this part. But I need you to have that self love so you can be able to be like, hey, I got, I'm taking this time for myself, and I could respect that. Me as a woman, like if my man was down and having a rough time, I'm gonna allow him to have that time to be like, okay, I gotta go. I need to do some soul searching, shadow work, whatever I need to do, meditate, crystals, whatever you need to do. I'm gonna allow you to have that time, and I feel that's where the independency is comes in. I got it.
Hmm.
I got us. So go ahead and handle you. And then when you feel like you ready and you want to come talk about it and do whatever, then we gonna do that. But I feel that's where the independence is needed. Hey, Saudi Queen, how you doing, girl? And so I feel like that's where it's needed when you have that self love. I know, like uh there's a quote, I think it was Will Smith, he was like, "I'm not in this relationship to love you." And when I first heard that, when he said that about Jade, I was like, "How the audacity." But then when he broke it down, he was like, "My job is to have love with you and for you to love yourself. And then we come together and create our own love." And then after I understood that, I was like, I totally, totally get that. So I think that we
Right.
need to really focus. So that's why I started asking people, "Do you love yourself?" I ask not even just make just like I have had so many so-called friends, and they be like, "I love you," and da 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 da, and
Mhm.
then, girl, what when I needed you,
That's
what
really
happened?
good, D. D.
What?
I hope you being around people who like secretly envy you or things like that. Because
Yeah.
people who love themselves are not trying to hate on the other person, but as your friend, I'm supporting you and wanting you to want to build you up, right? And
Mhm.
because self hate is a thing, and if I don't love myself, ain't no way I'm gonna be loving you. So
Exactly.
that's that's
and I got a question: is that independence? Well, I'm taking it back to the independence because the reason why I asked that question, I know it's funny, but the reason why I'm asking that question is if you call yourself being my friend and you love me, but you're willing to turn your back on me, I don't think that you're independent. Because if you're an
Mhm.
independent person, you know how to share love. You know how to get down when it gets
right.
dirty, when tough things, you know kind of how to step in the gap for somebody if you're independent. But then that speaks to somebody being codependent. So many people out here don't know how to do it by themselves. I see many of women, and I know a few women that jump from person to person to person, talking about, oh, that one wasn't doing it, so let me go find this person. But the truth of the matter is, you're codependent. You've never really learned how to be independent, because being independent, sometimes you got to spend some alone time with yourself, and that hurts sometimes, and it gets lonely,
Yeah.
and the road can get long. But when you're independent, you know it has to be done. That's the good thing about independence, because you'll do the things that you know have to be done, because without you, you wouldn't get them done. So when a
Mhm.
person turn their back and they hating on you, I'm like, okay, you ain't independent. You can't be.
Yeah. Hey,
I love all of
Sincere.
that crazy.
Thank you for coming.
That's
Oh, see,
sincere
Brenda, you see,
coming
Sincere is here.
in.
Y'all just making me
Hey,
so happy.
Booski.
Oh, hello. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Peace and love.
Those are my peoples. Like
she,
it
she,
makes you see the love,
she was,
the
yeah,
nasty.
she was cutting
Welcome
up
to the
yesterday, D.
Sincere was.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh, I
we had
missed it.
before court, everybody was over on her channel yesterday, and we had a good
Oh, I
time
missed
over there.
it. Oh, I missed
Hmm.
it, Sincere. I'm gonna catch the next one. I'm gonna catch the next one. But yeah, you are absolutely right, Kelly. Like I said, I started doing that just because a lot of things I was thinking as far as relationship wise is finding a mate. But I started like the way I talk to people, I had started that with the men. Like I watched how I talk and how I approach them. Then I was like, wait a minute, I need to do this with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like so anything that I feel that I want with a mate, I do that in my friendships and families as well. Like because it all connects and works, you know, for the best because I just feel
Hmm.
like
Y'all gave me
what it doesn't cause heartache.
y'all
Like,
gave me some good information. Like now I'm gonna bring this to my like open up my eyes. This is good information for me because I've always looked at that in terms of relationships, but I think it's important to look at that now in my friendships as well because I
hmm
found myself at a certain point, like just attracting really codependent relationships. That's completely changed now, thank God. And I think because I had to do some work and get real burnt really bad, like a few times, and and I was just like attracting codependent people. So I had to look at like what's going on with me. But those questions, like love yourself, and like the same questions I would ask, because those relationships are, I mean, not. I'm not grading them on important, but it's just as important because these are people who affect your daily life. So, hmm,
yeah,
honey,
it
this is
seems to
good.
work like well for me. Like, and it's like so, Brenda. What we also do as a family. That's why I'm so happy. Kelly's like starting to join. Like me, her, and Aladdin, and then my other family members. Like the last time we were together, we said that we were gonna stop allowing making excuses for people, even those that we love, and speaking up and telling them how we feel, because we had a tendency to be like, we ain't gonna say nothing to them because we're worried about their feelings and worried about how it's gonna be said. But we just decided no, if we love each other, and it's even within ourselves, we're really hard on each other. Like we don't have no filters. We go in on each other, but we know that it's in love.
Yeah.
And
You're a fellow Sagittarius, right?
yeah, and you know I'm a
We're
Sagittarius.
we're filterless, and we,
Yeah.
we
But I
I
had
can't
lost that
apologize.
fire though. Like
I did too.
I lost my fire, Brenda. Like I allowed people because I was very, 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 very vocal. Like I'm gonna say what everybody is thinking, and then when people was like, "Oh, you need to calm down," and don't know, I would hear that from my family. No man, don't want nobody like that. So the fire had went down, and then Aladdin was like, "Oh, hold on." He after a certain while, he was like, "I know you did some soul searching and meditating and all that." He was like, "But mom, sometimes we need that fire,"
He
and I
just
was like,
reminded me last night. He just reminded me last night. Like I had to be like, okay, Kelly, I'm making excuses and I'm answering my own questions. Like y'all's like, are you listening to yourself? And I like, I think so. But then I literally had time to think about it, and you are absolutely right that I think sometimes our people pleasing because we love people so much we don't want to see them
hmm
fall, and it's like giving them that extra grace. You know what I mean? But you only get grace one time around here. That's it. Like, like, and I don't, and
Right,
I mean that in a way that if I see that I'm trying and you not trying, I got to be done.
hmm
right.
You can't continue to keep beating a dead horse, or what is the saying that they say? You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again expecting a different result because it's called insanity when you do. And so somewhere in there I will say that a part of me might have been insane because I'm doing the same thing over again, looking for a different result, but the result can't come if I'm offering up the excuse, I'm offering up the plan, I'm offering up everything else, but the person is not doing the work.
Man,
Right. And it's
that
like
that's
people pleasing is putting other people's feelings in front of yourself. Then you have to ask yourself, why is what that person feels more important than what?
right.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
was, go ahead,
No, no,
go
because
ahead,
I
B.
was like, I feel like I used to let people say past the expiration date in my life because I put up with bad behavior because I didn't tell people how I felt about stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Absolutely. And then I was talking yesterday when we were talking as a family, and this is even like in anything that you're doing, but I was specifically talking about relationships. If you are not true to yourself, so say you feel a certain type of way, or somebody makes you feel a certain type of way, good or bad, we cannot overthink it and be like trying to think about, hey, I shouldn't be doing this because it makes me feel this. But if we're going to be our authentic self, we just got to go with whatever we feel and then hope that that works. Because when I go against that, I still feel some type of way. Like I feel worse. When I go against like the feelings that I'm feeling, it don't work either. So I was like, I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm just gonna go with whatever feelings that I'm feeling, regardless if it's good or bad, and just go live in it and go through it. Because if not, I'm not being my authentic self. And that disturbs me more than anything if I'm not being myself.
And you right. And we also pick up learnings by feeling it too. Even though it feels uncomfortable, the fact that we go through it and feel it, we're also picking up new tools on how to deal with future situations as well. So I definitely got the notes from yesterday's conversation.
Hmm. Yeah, it's just it's that's what I learned about myself through my journey is I have to be my authentic self. And I can't sit here and tell people, have a conversation and be like, oh, I'm very truthful and I do this, and then when a situation comes up I don't say anything about it. I'm not being what I said I am. And that disturbs me more. Like I'd literally be like, oh, that is not what, so I'm not doing that anymore. I'm gonna just say what I have to say regardless. And I feel that if you are being true to yourself, it's gonna all work out regardless, what you think.
Yeah,
Sincere
absolutely.
says something. What she say? Your first thought is usually the right one. People second guess themselves too much. If it doesn't feel right, more than likely, yes,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Yes.
Yes, you're absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know
Um,
when I go against my first mind, it's always 99.9% of the time it's like, Kelly, you shouldn't have did that.
hmm
Yep,
absolutely.
that's usually what you end up saying. I should have went with my first mind. Said it all the time.
Uh,
Man, so like I have a friend of mine. She told me, and I resonate with this. She said somebody told her that her mind is her past, her heart is the future, and the gut is the present. And I was like, oh my God, like it was really true. Because if your gut tells you something, and then in our mind, we could go in the past so much. Our mind. Your mind, I know
Yeah.
mine's at least. My mind be, I'll be like, what? I'm tripping and thinking of stuff that ain't even happened, or going back in the past. And then when she was saying that your heart is the present, is because that's what it makes. I mean, that could be the future because you can
It's
manifest
um,
things in the future. Yeah. And then I really was like, your gut really does tell you right then and there the present. So I'll
yeah.
be rocking with that as well. Like I'm like, man, we gotta start uh going doing things when your mind and your gut tells you and your whole spirit tells you do something, don't hesitate. Cause sometimes I'll second guess myself, like, and I'm like, dang, why did I do that when I shouldn't? Even in good things, not just the bad things, like, oh, I knew I should have did this. And it's definitely we should, go by that. Definitely, definitely. Yeah. This is nice, guys. Thank you. Now I knew I wasn't tripping though. I just went to hear. I did what Brenda. We always be wanting to hear the men, but the only person I could usually get is Aladdin to come up. And I know he'd be
Well,
like,
we
I want to hear. I want to hear what if they've experienced somebody telling them. Like I wanted to hear, have they ever had a woman tell them that they're too independent? Because that would be different. But I'm sure somebody has told a man that. But I just wanted
I
to get.
would have loved to hear it from a man. Like, yeah,
No one, and then to add to that, if they haven't heard it, if they said it to somebody, I really want to know the
right.
reason
Exactly.
why you would
Hmm.
say that your thought pattern is negative. But I would want to know what would cause a man to say to a woman, "You're too independent."
Right, because maybe there is something that I'm not seeing. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna always take it as like negative. Like
Yeah.
it could be
Right.
something I didn't recognize. Like, oh, okay, well, I'm not gonna do
Hmm.
that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Right.
what I'm So yeah, it's not always a like we're gonna bash you. It's because I be wanting to know. I know you two do too, because we be wanting to know, like, hey, we trying to get this together. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely. I said I'm one of the women who are listening in this season, men. Listen to what you have to say because they say that we don't listen enough. But no, I'm listening. Like I want to know what it is that you have to say. You know,
I'm
because
like that too. Like I
this.
really want to know.
Mhm.
And that's where the communication comes in, because like we're not doing it, and that's where like I really wanted to be like have a platform too, because I've been to so many um not on the platforms, but just and they just bash the men, and I'm like, dang, like this is so jacked up. If I was a man, I'd be so pissed right now. Like
Right.
I'd be like, dang,
You
they act
know
like,
what? I just
huh,
had a
what you
thing, just a thought. Is there okay? So I know there's a manosphere sector, but is there like a woman? I'm not being funny, but is that
I
a
think
thing?
there is like what is, I don't know. They have the manna say I'm sure they do, Brenda, but it just be in our normal,
Hmm.
where we be. I'd be like, dang, like man, ain't no man good. Like this is y'all,
Right.
man. They
Y'all
make them.
like we running out of men. Like, y'all ain't nothing. Like, golly, y'all treat our kids like this. Like, dang, where they
I
at?
don't go over there though. That manosphere.
Oh
Because
no,
I
I
went over
don't
there.
either.
I went over there a few days searching, and I tell you, I almost lost my. I had to come from over there because they usually don't go live till like later on in the day. They kind of remind me of the beef sector,
Hmm.
and I mean, I almost lost it. I was like, let me get out of these people's chat. They're trying to block me because what are they talking about? And they were for real, for real. Like they were angry and they were for real. And I was like, okay, let me go ahead and hit the unsubscribe on my way out. Okay, good day. So that was
Girl, yes.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100%. It's partnership and working together.
Yeah. She said, I'd rather be too independent than independent on someone. Now I can be independent with someone because that's partnership and working together. Yes, sincere. I agree with that. Like, yeah, sincere. You didn't hear the beginning of the conversation, but I was told that I was too independent, so I didn't need a man, and I took offense to that. So that's what prompted this live. I was like, hold
Right.
on now. But yeah,
this
definitely.
Janae. I
Hmm.
have a good. I mean, you're not going to miss me. I'm sorry. See, I have a good idea. Tell him
Okay.
you thought it over, and he's right. You are too independent, and then email him all your bills and see um what his responses to that. See,
Here you
See,
go.
Brenda, I'm with you. And what check you writing this month? Because yes,
yeah, PDF
and
him right on over.
I need, and you gonna be my therapist, and you gonna be doing
Man,
some more. Because I mean, hey,
come stretch these legs.
Yeah, and also send the link for the waiting to exhale song.
yeah,
Uh, put that in the email as well. Send that right on over. I'm gonna block you, but
Yeah, I hear you, girl. Yeah, I was just like, the audacity. Let me go see if this is what
right.
I was like, I was felt like I was like on a campaign. Let me go see what the world thinks about this America. Is this how is this how we think we are independence? So I was like the audacity. So yeah, it was weird. And I usually like so because my best friend Brenda Kelly knows is a guy. It wasn't him though, but my best friend is a guy,
Mhm.
and people think they don't understand he's married and everything. He actually met his wife at my birthday party, and we're like the
No,
best of friends. Yeah, we're like the best of friends, and that's another topic we're gonna have one day because we've been friends for a while now, and the relationship we have, she allows us to have that. Like we still talk and be on the phone. So I didn't get a chance to actually call him because he would have been like, he don't tell me
Oh,
he'll call me
he would have
sis.
came through.
Yeah, he would have been like, sis, who the hell telling you that? He would have really
uh-oh.
Hang up on him.
he'd be like, you don't need to hear that. And so I had called him, but he didn't answer. So I was like, forget it. Like I said, I was just on YouTube and I seen that short and I was like, see, somebody feels like me. I'm gonna go live. So they had, and then I had to go because Wednesdays in our little community, Wednesdays is my day to go live because we starting our little community. Brenda, we need to get you in there. But yeah, we have our like each person sort of has like a day, so we keep the stuff going. And so
I
I
think
was like,
that's amazing.
I said, oh, you know what? They ain't gonna think I'm gonna go live, so I'm gonna go live. So yeah, we try to do because tell you greedy don't be playing. He be like, who's going like you now? You didn't got your platform. What's going on? I'd be like, okay, okay. But I definitely see the benefit of it, especially when things like this. And the thing about it is because I'm on the West Coast, I was like, nobody's gonna really joined, but talking to Aladdin, he was like, "You tripping? There's gonna be some people." I was like, "Okay." He was like, "Don't you be over on people's listening to people's stuff late." I said, "Well, yeah, you got a point, so I'm gonna go ahead." But yeah, I'm getting it, and this is the type of stuff I like to talk about because we could go all over the YouTube streets, Brenda, and go hear everything else. It's
Hmm.
I'd be getting tired of the same story. I was like, okay, I'm over there. But
Right,
what you guys
right.
did, like Miss Renee, actually, I'm supposed to be interviewing Miss Renee, so y'all look forward to that.
Yay.
Yes, I'm gonna do an interview. I'm gonna interview her. But she is so fun. Like that was, I like that whole thing she did today. Like that was fun.
Wasn't that
That
great?
was really
The
that.
people were saying that they think that she needs to have it as like a recurring, like she's on to something. She should have a YouTube court and people should come
Yeah.
up there and like I because it was hilarious today. They trying to wear me out, trying to come back to court tomorrow. They may have to find another attorney. They wore me out today. I'm able to do it.
You did so good though. I was like, oh, I would have her be my attorney. Yeah, but
Thank you.
I love the fact that she is stepping out into something different. Like that's why I love like her.
Yes.
Like she's doing, and like I said, even like with Miss Parker, there's so many people. Tiara, like I resonate with a lot of
Hmm.
different people as well because I have okay, and if you want the conscious side, we have that too, because Big Dog Philly be getting it in. The
Right.
enemy's public. They are gonna always keep you abrupt and aware of what's going on. So I tune into them, then I'm like, okay, I wanna, I need something different. Like, and if you're not live, I'd be like, okay, who? But Miss Renee does a wonderful job of that. And then Tiara, Tiara, what I like about her if you want to know like the hottest news and you have a different opinion about it, she brings that. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm thinking. She'd be like, something's going on. This ain't right now. I was like, yes, that's what I'm thinking. But
The
then
unpopular opinion. Yes.
yes, she does, and then she also goes into. She's on a self journey too. Like we go to blended healing these courses she's doing, and I just hearing them and doing the things that they do is just I was like, yeah, this is the type of community that I want. I want to be we help and support each other because for so many years we stayed idle and we complained about things and we complained about things and what are we gonna do? So I salute Greedy and Big Dog Philly and them because we all decided we're gonna really start doing something, and that's what made me prompt to, get my channel. Like I wouldn't even known you if it wasn't for Big Dog Philly, Brenda. Like you were over there, and
Right.
I subbed up to her, and then I just went in there and was like new sub, and it just turned into something awesome. Like I really like
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I don't care about none of that other stuff because I feel that we have our own little communication and our own bond, and
Correct.
those that love and respect me is gonna know that I mess with everybody. Like
Correct.
that's what
And
I'm
that's how
known
it
for.
should be.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
known
how it
for.
should be.
I go everywhere, and I don't care where you go. I don't care. I have my own relationship with people, and then that's one thing
Correct.
people need to understand that the energy and response that a person gets. I believe my energy won't do that, and I tell people that. I'm like, I understand that
Hmm.
that person, you may feel that way or this or that, but I create my own environment. So I might not have the same response as you.
As
So
you should. And everybody, and that's why I always say everybody's free to go wherever they want to. Because, I feel like you can love different people, even if they don't connect.
hmm
You know,
hmm
you can really do that. And I'll never ask anybody like to take a side. I don't feel good like about doing stuff like that. Right? So I'll never
right.
ask anybody to do that. So I appreciate you for saying that.
Yeah, but we are creating our little community, and we want each other to grow. That's why everybody sub up to everybody. Let me do my big dog
Mhm.
Philly thing. Everybody sub up to everybody because that's what he'll say. If everybody said we are growing and we don't be doing all that hating and all that over here. We over here talking and having conversations and trying to really do something for the community. It's the last winter, not last week's winter at BYOB, but the week before, we didn't know that the young lady was only 19, and that made us feel really really proud because it was like wow, like yeah, she came and turned the roof off singing. And then I'm trying to get some of my little cousins and people to, family members to, because I really think that that's something different too. Like we're really putting it out there, and I see it getting bigger. And we going on 4 months with this. We had our 3 months, and we're going on 4 months, and it's a great thing. And I believe that
That's
Greedy
amazing.
created something that really, really went, has done well. And then the fact that we're with Dangerous in the radio station, that also like is a wonderful thing. Like Brenda, you have to check us out. We be partying. Oh man, he plays like artists, YouTube artists, or any people. Like he plays their music, and we be having a good time. And it's like he's giving you a platform. If you an artist or you're doing have music where you can hear your music played, like come on, people. I just I was like, that's a beautiful thing. Like artists, if you be wanting some airtime, here you go. You're gonna get it, and it's on YouTube, but that's okay. We're creating our own, little thing. So him doing that it definitely gives a lot of perspective. Like I said, we have our conscious, like the enemy's public. He's always gonna talk about a conscious thing as well as Aladdin and Greedy. They're really on the conscious side of things, which is good. I want to always stay aware and conscious, but we want to have a little fun too. So yeah, definitely. I know I'm
Okay.
bringing a little bit of different flow over here, and that's why I said I give
I
you
love it.
your flowers, Brenda, because I watched you
Oh,
and
I appreciate
I
you.
watched how you work, and I was like, see, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's do that. That's we need to do some fun. So I think we need to start game night again. So we'll get together. You haven't done game
Hey,
night
you
in
know
a
what's
long
so funny? I was speaking to somebody every day. So yeah, see how you that's confirmation. We gotta get
time.
it back swinging because we had some fun with those game nights, boy.
Yeah, yeah. But y'all got any last words? We getting to 2 hours. Brenda, you ain't got to. What you doing up, Brenda? You sound wide awake.
This
You
I
ain't
was just getting ready to say.
Kelly's on the East
Y'all was
Coast.
almost said in the chat earlier. I'm acting grown tonight because I'm staying up. But
Kelly's in
yeah, I said
Georgia,
my
so
eyes
she's
is
on the
getting
same
heavy.
time as you.
What
Yeah.
you say?
I said Kelly lives in Georgia, so she's on the same time zone as you.
Oh yeah, you know I feel like I didn't know that you were on the West Coast, but maybe I did because be so much info I be taking in. But yeah, so like you actually go live at good. Oh, that's right, because you behind us.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah, so
3 hours.
it's
It's
still a
only
good time,
nine. It's only 9:14 here. Yeah.
right?
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I be going to sleep around 11, 12 these nights because I was up with one of my Hayes lives a couple weeks ago, and then I said, "Hey, ma'am, absolutely not. Okay, go ahead and power down your device because I don't know who you think you are." And it wasn't going well, y'all.
No,
Uh,
and that's what I thought about it when Aladdin told me that. He was like, "There be people live," and I'm like, "You're right," because I be in the bushes listening to him. I was
yeah,
like,
he'd be
"I
like,
was
"Yep," with the
looking,
binoculars.
girl, because I'd be like, I just be cracking up at a whole bunch of stuff.
Ain't it funny? A lot of the stuff be funny. I be in the bushes too sometimes. I can't drive down because I know this might sound horrible. Sometimes I want to drive down because sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to say hi to people, but I just want to make this comment. But if I drive down and then I have to say hi to like
Right.
50, 11
And,
people, and so
and
I'm just
they
going to stay
get
in the car.
offended if you do not say hi. You be like, "I just said hi." I know. So sometimes I do that too, Brenda. I be like, "Oh, I don't want to. I'm gonna just listen
Mhm.
and laugh to
Yep.
myself."
But most of the time, I'm waking up when he's getting ready to end his lives because I be knocked out.
Mhm, mhm. It's funny that it's a lot of funny things going on. I just cracking up. Did you hear the rap
Very
song?
funny.
Did you hear the rap song, Brenda? The
Bitch, please.
huh?
That
Yeah.
one,
No,
bitch,
which one?
please. Yeah, I
Yeah, that
wait,
one.
the one with cream in the
Yeah.
hair. Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was like, "Whoa." Hey,
Yeah,
if
me and
that's how you
Sincere talked about it on her panel.
oh, did
Mm-hmm.
y'all? Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and
Yeah.
listen because yeah, that was interesting. But hey, I wanted to hit them up and be like, "Did y'all want to put this on the radio show?"
Right?
I'm
You
just
should have
saying.
told
I'm
them.
just saying.
I mean, might as well get it some more spins.
Yeah.
I actually like both of their verses, but I was being a little what's the word for it? Uh,
Bias.
they're not really just no, she just made it like I wanted them to come back and like just make one whole diss track and then do one whole song. Cause I
Yeah.
was like, okay, Cream was doing like she did a little diss track. Okay, I feel you. Like hey, but like make your part of this track and then just do a whole nother song, but y'all just with a regular rap. Cause I like both of them. Like I think they
Hmm.
did a good job on the verses, but I just
Oh,
was
I
like,
did
just
too.
make it a whole diss track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, shout out to them. I don't have no,
yeah,
I don't know them like that, but I did listen to the song. So if they hear it, you know how you
yeah.
got to be like salute because you know people be like,
But
but
it's
they
so many some people music dropping lately because Cam and his emotions make you cry.
yeah.
That song be in my head all the time.
I be wanting to say that
So
to so many people. I be wanting to be like, I want to tell Cam, I'm gonna just go ahead. Can I have that? Because sometimes when I be on Greedy's panel, I be want to just push it. Emotions make you like, 'cause some
hey,
of these
I
men
love
now,
that song though.
some of these men, girl, they get their emotions. But we'll talk about that one day. I want to
But they
do
got mad at me,
for
huh?
what?
They got mad at me the other day because I think if you noticed I put a live up and I was like, it's cancer season. Cancer, get your sensitive ancestors in here. But I didn't know there was so many cancers, and I was like, "Oop, I didn't mean that. I love y'all. Okay, never
She's a
mind."
Kelly's a Cancer
Um,
and Aladdin's a Cancer.
Ooh, sorry, Kelly. After I said it, they came rushing
Hey,
in. Half the, have to chat with Kansas. I was like, hey guys, I didn't really mean that.
Here's the thing. My thing is, I don't take no offense to it because I know that my sensitivity could be in a great way or it could be in the bad way. So
Hmm.
I know it's there. So ain't no skin off my back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
because
that's
like Miss Renee's a Cancer too.
when's her birthday? I have to ask her.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I have to ask her. Yeah, so Aladdin's is on the 10th, so I'm heading out there this Friday for him. And then oh look, see, did you know about this, Brenda? Let me highlight this. Kelly knew. I don't know if you did. You
Uh
know about
oh.
this right here?
Wait, you got a song? Excuse me. Let me go ahead and spin that. You can
And
go ahead and
then
share that out.
he always puts D Goddess featuring Looney, and I say it's the other way around. It's Looney featuring D Goddess, but we gonna go with
I
it.
can't wait.
It's already
I
out.
immediately when I get, no,
It's
I'm going
already out.
immediately as soon as I get down here and listen to this because my goodness, what?
I played it for Cy and Lana,
Okay,
and they was like, "Wait a minute, who
Hold on,
is
hold on. Let me. I'm just gonna go ahead, Brenda. Let me play it for you, Brenda.
let's go. I can't believe I didn't see this.
Want to hear it? So here you go.
It's on my page
Okay.
and everything. Hold on.
See,
Okay.
that's the thing. Like, I feel like when people do like posts or things, like I don't see them. Like, it doesn't come up for me. Like, I was so glad I caught you today because I usually you be ending and I'll be like, what's happening here?
Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Look, okay, I'm getting it. Okay, here we go. Let me know if y'all hear it.
Okay,
Start out at night,
here we hear it.
Oh, wait a minute.
down
It
the
was
ride,
already playing. Sorry.
stay on You know I like it how we stand on 10. Say, la mama, let the games begin. You know I like it how we stand on 10. Say, la mama, let the games begin. Now you know I'm just talking. But tell me why you laughing.
I can hear it,
So
but
what
it's
you
kind of low.
mean? Yeah, tell me what's the deal then. Everything. Come with me. Let me show you some. Feel like I owe you some. You deserve the world. You my girl. How you throw it, huh? Street lights type of night. She just like to party. We just wanna smoke and ride, cruising doing 40 down the Ave on the slab. Anywhere you wanna go, any place you'd rather be. You with me, quickly slow. Florida, by that water, or maybe Georgia. We can do whatever you like. Just let me spoil you. The way you throw it back, we more like lovers than friends. Let's let this thing begin. We stay on team right now. You know I like it how we stand on team. Say, la mama, let the games begin. You know I like it how we stand on team. Say, la mama, let the games begin.
And there we go, people. Shout out to Looney Tunes in the building.
Oh my! I didn't know what I was going to expect, but ooh, honey, I wasn't expecting that.
In
I
the
was down
words
here
of
with this kid.
Jackson,
I gonna be
it.
both blushing. Woo! I like it, D. Let's go. I'm so glad you played this. I missed it. If I would have saw this like a week or so down the line, I would have been pissed off. Like, what is this?
It been out for a while though, like about a month. Yeah. Yeah, May. Well, May. June.
A
Yeah,
month?
May. It been out since May. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I didn't see it pop up at all on my time. I don't understand why that keeps happening.
It does that to me with certain people too.
Anyway.
Like even with my son, I had to like uh unsubscribe and subscribe because his stuff wasn't coming up. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was some we had a little
I,
fun. That Looney is talented. He's very talented. He's a talented
he
person.
is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
So
love it. Oh my goodness. I'm down there with sincere blushing. Like, let's go.
no, sincere. I mean, I play it in the beginning. I do play it in the beginning, though. I played it in the beginning. I usually play like three songs in the beginning. It's always the songs that I play is always going to be like a YouTube artist, or most of the time it's Aladdin. Aladdin has a lot of good music, and then Dangerous, Greedy. I just try to any person that has a song. That's why I was like, I don't know the other people, but I would play their songs. I just don't want them to be like, oh, she just playing our stuff. So I have to go have a conversation. But
Right.
absolutely. Yeah.
I love it.
But yes, ladies, I am going to close it up. Y'all got some last words about being into all the women independent. That's the song that came to my mind when you said
Okay.
INDEP.
Right. I'm good.
that's how I was like, I thought about all the songs and I said, that's what's wrong. They think that we trying to be part of like the I'm no, I did not never want to be independent like that. I was trying to
Not at
cater to you.
all.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to cater to you. Let's come on,
Okay.
let's talk about it. That's what I was trying to do.
I was just gonna say something smart about being independent. That's my smart mouth.
Okay. Shoot.
Oh, independently close my eyes.
Exactly. Right. Shoot.
Independently lay in this bed by myself that I need a man in. You know?
That part, Kelly. Come
Right.
on.
Independently pay the mortgage. Like, what are you
Yeah,
talking about?
right. Independently take my trash out.
Man.
Shoot.
Oh, that's
Right.
another thing.
Oh my goodness.
I can't stand taking the trash out.
Ooh. Every time I gotta take the trash out, I need a man. Like I
Man.
absolutely reinforce that into the atmosphere. Cause what? No.
Right.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
be smart mouth. You know me. I joke. I'll be joking sometimes. So that's all I had.
Let's go.
I appreciate you both for
We appreciate you
showing.
too,
We're
T.
gonna have
Thank you.
more builds and stuff. I want to talk about emotional intelligence too. So,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we need to talk about
Yes.
that
Oh, please.
That's a good
Do.
because it's a lack of that in this world for real. So
Lord, is it?
I will hit you guys both up or whatever, or we could do it on the island too. And plus, I know how to double stream too now, Brenda. We could start doing that.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Uh huh.
Well,
What
y'all
you
gonna
say?
have to
All right,
bring
my
me
love.
to the world.
Oh yeah, I got you. What you say, Brenda?
I'm gonna drop down now because my eyes are
Okay,
getting heavy.
I
But
Have
know.
a wonderful
thank
night.
you, ladies.
Nice to meet you.
You too, KJ.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. I'll see you. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody that showed up, Kelly. I love you, girl. Definitely. You're gonna end up being my co-host, so stop playing. Anyway.
Don't put my independent ass on. No. I got jokes.
You know, I usually do too. If I would have had the song queued up, I would have gonna play "All the Women Independent." I was gonna do like the scratching part. Nope. That's what I need, Looney. I need a thing that says independent, but it's all scratched up, and then we can
You're
just
right. we ain't independent. Shoot,
right.
but we are.
Yeah, we are.
Thank you
We are.
for having me.
Oh, you already know how it is. It's much love, much love. You know how that goes. I appreciate you. We will do it again. Hopefully, I'll be seeing you soon.
Absolutely.
Yes. And shout out to everybody in the building. I hope I shouted everybody out. Thanks, Brenda, for showing up. Kenneth, Sincere, um, Looney, Big Dog Philly. Who else was in here? A lot of people. Blended Healing, Tiara, Miss Parker, Big O, uh, Aladdin. Trying to see if I got every Balanced Truth, Mind's Eye, Dangerous. My people, make sure y'all tune in to Dangerous Radio. DBD Radio, Friday. Dangerous. Looney put the link in the chat for you guys. I'm telling you, we have a good time over there. If you know anybody that has music, send it to him. He'll definitely put it on for you. And like I said, we got something special going on this Friday. So I really would appreciate it if y'all tuned in to Dangerous. Dre Cobbs, thank you for showing up, learning and building. Thank you as well. So Ama, thank you for showing up. I think I got everybody. But peace and love. I'm gonna take y'all out on a song by Aladdin, one of my favorites. Hold on here. Let me just get it queued up here. So my closing remarks is always, y'all know, love yourself and then create it, say it, and believe it. And where's my one banner? Never, ever, ever remember that you have to compensate. And this song is by Aladdin. And if you like it, go check him out on his channel. And peace and love to everyone.
Do you compensate for love? What are you thinking of? Do you compensate for trust? Do you compensate for love?
King your higher self.
Compensate for love? Do you compensate for love?
I compensate cause I know that love's the only law. Relationships break cause we never master flaws. A rush love cause we try to walk before we crawl. It's a trip cause you feel high, alive, and then fall in love. No more falling, it's time to rise in love. Heal your wounds and practice self love. That's the only way we love in the right state. Fairy tales and Disney movies got us loving hella fake. Got us loving hella fake, yeah nigga hella fake. Got you sad like Drake, I know y'all can relate. To be hypnotized, to be the nice guy. Then she leave you high and dry and you wondering why this happened. Well, tell the truth, stop trying to be captive. Save a hoe, that ain't the way to go. Looking for your Juliet, so you playing Romeo. Love is a rough ride, something like a rodeo. Gotta tell the truth, can't be lying like Pinocchio. Gotta put it all on the table like dominoes. But you gotta elevate the sermons, your portfolio. Shout out to Janet Jackson, that's the way that love go. Now let me speak to the man about something. All I got is this need is just true loving. Plus we need love too, let's quit fronting. Always talking about fuck, bitches get money. It's funny, y'all don't like looking bummy for the honeys and hot on every chick you see like a bunny. Damn, she got ass, I'm tryna be hubby. Damn, if she got class, she far from ugly. It's ugly situations, got you niggas in the drought. Fucked up situations, got you pregnant on the couch. All alone, wondering when he coming home. Checking every move on IG before you blow up his phone. Plus he actually in the car, getting domed from one of your best friends that did the dry snitching about you fucking his best man from your wedding. And now you pregnant and don't know whose it is. So your best friend is fucking your husband cause she was jealous and he just wanted revenge based off what happened to his marriage. So now the question is, do you compensate for love? Do you compensate for love? Do you compensate for love? Do you compensate for love?
Do you compensate for love? Do you compensate for trust? Do you compensate for all the bull that you talking about? Over there, keep it over there.
A woman could put a weak man to ruin if her body all he pursuing and pussy is all he choosing to love. Right and wrong, tight, fold, life, every night. Instead of learning her brain and learning her heart and not asking about her pain and all of the dark she been through it. See, that's the issue. A lot of women cold-hearted, more than an igloo. Carrying a past relationship issues and wondering if anyone can fix you. Nah, boo, see, you gotta love yourself when there is nobody else. That's the truest thing that helps. Plus, I had to do it myself. I had to look in the mirror to see a little clearer. Band-aid my wounds and watch how I deliver my love and emotions. Gotta release, can't hold in the pain.
first time your heart was broken, gotta release, 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 yeah, gotta release, gotta release, gotta release, just breathe, take a breath, just think, better believe, see it deep, for the kings, yeah, and the queens.
Thank you for coming to the Love Palace. Remember to always love yourself. And my final words, create it, say it, and do it. Have a peaceful day.